All right, you guys, welcome to my page. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Ryan Phipps, and it is my mission to mentor success-driven young adults to a successful future by using fitness as the gateway. Today, I want to talk to you guys specifically about how I escaped my 9-to-5 dead-end job and help my parents afford their dream house at 21 years old. So let's go back in time about a year and a half. I was working as a personal trainer and I was doing online college at the same time. And guys, to be completely honest, the only reason that I was doing online college was because of all the external pressure I felt. I just felt like it was what kids do after high school. It was the absolute next step I needed to take in life if I wasn't going to be a loser, so to speak. I was scared of being a loser. I was scared of, my reputation, how people would know me if I didn't go to college. And that's why I chose to go to online college, because I was still going at the time. So back then, I was working as a personal trainer. I was going to online college. And I was just trying to figure it out. But one of the biggest things that changed the entire trajectory of my life was getting offered a promotion. I know that's going to sound a little bit weird, but that promotion was one of the most demotivating experiences I've ever had personally. And here's why. Over the course of the 2 years that I was working at that gym as a personal trainer, I had 5 different managers. And every manager that came in was college educated. They were overqualified for the job, so they were overworked and underpaid. And what happened was I started to notice a cycle of we get a new manager, they last 6 to 8 months, and then the next person comes in with all these empty promises that they're made by corporate America that they're going to be the one. And the metrics that they were being judged on just weren't fair. So I knew that if I stepped into that position, I was also going to have to sacrifice my passion, which was personal training. I loved helping people make fitness transformations. And that's honestly why I stayed at that job for so long. So I realized that there's no next step for me. It's not like I'm going to be offered a, super special training job that they're going to create for me simply so I could make more money. That wasn't going to happen. So the next step in promotion was managing at that gym. And I realized that there's just no career there for me. So I was like, what am I doing right now? And at the same time as that happened, I was kind of having that, crisis, so to speak, of what am I doing in my profession? This happened in online college at the same time. So again, remember, I was doing online college at this time, and I remember getting an assignment online again that was on the moon. And I was like, why in the world am I doing this on the moon? Like, am I in third grade? And, I paid probably $10,000 to do online college at the time. I'm like, I literally just did the same project in high school, exploring space. I went for psychology because I was just like, I don't know, I like talking to people. I'm a social guy. Maybe I can make a profession out of it. So honestly, I didn't know what I was doing in college, and I was paying for things that clearly weren't useful to me whatsoever. And I remember, one day getting assigned that specific project. I was sitting there at work, actually, on my computer, chipping away at this project. And I'm like, I'm not doing this anymore. I'm not enrolling next semester. Like, there's no point. I just really want to, chase this personal training dream that I have, because again, like, I'm helping people in the real world see results, and I'm getting paid for it. So guys, like, that's when I was just like, okay, my career is dead end, college is dead end for me. I don't want to waste any more time or money in this. And this is something that I've had a hard time explaining to people in the past, but I think you guys are going to get it, because again, you guys are success driven young adults. The main thing for me at that point was I basically blinked and I went from 18 to 20 years old. And I'm like, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to just keep wasting this precious time of my youth and, realize that I'm just at a dead end scenario all over again after putting in more time, more effort into that specific scenario that I was in. And again, there were a couple of key factors there for me at the time. I didn't want to quit my job and just chase the dollar. I didn't want to just go, make another dollar an hour, but sacrifice the fact that I loved working at my personal training job. I knew that I had to keep that passion aligned with my profession in some way, because that's the only way that I, showed up to work for a purpose. It made me feel good. And that's why I chose to stay in that situation for those 2 years, because I genuinely enjoyed my job. So I knew that I didn't want to just leave, chase another dollar, and hate what I do, because honestly, again, that dollar wasn't going to be the reason that I was successful either. And again, I knew from that experience I didn't want to give everybody all of my time and energy and effort again and have them be in control of the outcome. So at the time I had about 20K in savings, which I was like, that is so much money. I've been working for 2 years straight. I saved up that much money and I chose to invest it into a business mentor who was going to help me start my own fitness coaching business. And guys, I remember at the time thinking that was so much money. And actually, it gave me so much momentum in life to be like, I'm so thankful I didn't go to college, because I couldn't imagine, looking at my bank account and seeing negative $100,000 while joining the working world, while potentially, getting the position of management at this gym, on the promise that my investment I made into college was going to pay itself back, because it just wasn't. I felt so good about working for those 2 years, saving up money, being able to go all in on myself, and not having, that debt over my head. Because again, guys, once you get out into that quote unquote real world, it's crazy just how fast you can get stuck in that cycle of chasing the dollar. But fast forward to this year, 2023, I'd been in business for about a year and a half, investing into various mentors, various experiences, various skills that have helped me scale my business to a point where I've been comfortable to go full time and work for myself. There were periods of time that were difficult, driving DoorDash, doing all of these things that again were difficult, not favorable. But in the journey to, quote unquote, where I wanted to be, it was worth it, and I don't have any regrets. But again, fast forward to 2023, it was a crazy year. The first half of the year was absolutely crazy. My dad contracted a life-threatening infection called MRSA, where basically at one point my family and I thought best case scenario was either he was going to lose his leg or potentially he could lose his life. So obviously, best case scenario would be his leg at that point. And at the same time, all that was going on, my parents' landlord sold the house out from under them, because obviously 2020 completely changed the housing market. They were renting for so long, about 15 years at that house, and the landlord just showed up with a guy one day and was like, I'm selling the house, so they started looking for homes, looking for places, and all of that just really, really fast. And guys, thank God I quit that 9 to 5 job, invested into myself, invested into mentors, didn't go to college, dropped out of online college, because since I'd been learning those skills, building my income for the past year and a half, I was able to help my parents make that financial investment into their dream house, and things came full circle for me in that moment. And again, guys, I want you guys to know you can absolutely learn the skills that you need to succeed in life without college. So guys, that's why at this point in the video, I want to give you the blueprint to quote unquote success as a young adult who didn't go to college. You're going to need to work to save up money, turn your passion into your profession by investing into skills, by investing into mentors, and then just working hard. I know you guys are willing to work hard, and that's why I want you to know it's absolutely possible to actually get ahead, not live a life of crippling debt someday by not going to college. So guys, at this point in the video, if you found this video useful, I want to ask you to subscribe to my channel and drop me a follow on Instagram. It is my mission to build a network of success-driven young adults who are motivated by the thought of being able to repay their loved ones by turning their passion into their profession. And I want to help you guys make noticeable fitness transformations that are going to give you the confidence that you need to start chasing your dreams.